Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you for joining us again back at Football Community. Regis here. I got my man Salam. I might be smiling, but deep down, I have wept. I don't cry. I've gone through a lot this game week 15, but I just had to tell myself, big man, relax. There will be more game weeks to come. Salam Baba, how far now?
Ready.
Welcome, man. This is game week 15 off the back of, and what do we call that draw? Uninspiring draw away at Craven Cottage. Liverpool did not kick a ball. Still remain top of the table, 4 points clear of Chelsea, who ran rampage at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, coming out 4-3 winners away from home. The pain is we go to Fulham, we couldn't get the job done, and Chelsea went to Spurs. Spurs should be, you know what I mean, like it should be a bigger derby, and they've gone there, done the job. And the foolish Chelsea fans will tell you, oh, we are not in a title, you are not in any title battle or title challenge or anything. You were there, you've been go Craven Cottage, you were there at the Craven Cottage, and bro, I was watching from the parlor and I was just seeing, I don't know whether Mikel is not seeing these things that we are seeing. I'm not the manager of Arsenal. We if we're good, we go there. But sometimes you look at these things from the perspective of a neutral and say, what is going on? How did that game pan out? How did you see that game from the fans in the stadium and the atmosphere and everything?
Well, the atmosphere, as usual, atmosphere of the away fans is always brilliant. I was with the home fans definitely, but I couldn't. I got the home fan ticket. Yeah. It was nice. I think the Fulham fans were nice as well. Of course, brutal to our players. Just normal, normal home
Banter.
banter and shenanigans. The game itself, I think we controlled the game perfectly well. I think, we limited them to maybe. I think the only clear chance they saw was the first chance they got, and they converted. The trouble again, because I've got people talking about our midfield, Jorginho, and all of that. The trouble again, it's our offensive play. And that will be there till the end of the season. I don't think there's much we can do about that. Once you lock the Odegaard Saka axis for Arsenal, then we become, relatively, should I
Input,
say
we're not put,
you
yeah.
understand, up front. Of course, we've got the beautiful what do they call it now? We've got the set piece to rely on. You
Yeah.
understand? But creating chances after chances is what
It's a
people
big
like.
problem.
You
It is a
understand?
big
But we
problem
don't
that a
do
club
that.
as massive as we are, we can't.
And the thing is that kudos to Fulham. It was in the first half. Alex Iwobi nearly did not leave
Their half, yeah.
They doubled on both
On Saka,
wingers,
yeah.
on Trossard and on Saka at the other end. And of course, at times when you mark Saka very tightly, you can actually
You
take
get
him
change.
out of
You
the
get
game.
change out of it.
You understand? You understand? So I feel the problem that we didn't create clear cut chances. We had maybe occasional half chances. We had decent corner kicks that Partey missed a very clear one. And you see, it's easy to retrospectively be annoyed because we didn't get the win. But let's be honest with ourselves. I think the boys played well. If I'm going to blame anybody yesterday, honestly, it was Martinelli. Martinelli had no business being offside from that build.
Salam, thank you.
You understand? He had no business at all being offside. There's no reason why you should go early. Everything was at you, and it was a brilliant cross he put in for Saka. But again, as I said when we started winning, I told you then that I'm not looking too much at the league just yet. I just want us to get back playing well and getting points. It's going to be a difficult one, for us. It's so unfortunate that this season that we cannot really find our foot properly, or we've had bigger
Yeah, Man
challenges. The
City.
same City, Man City has decided because the way Man City plays, of course, nobody will, with what they've done in the past, nobody will rule them completely out just yet. But the reason why people find it difficult to rule them out before is not because they don't drop point or they don't lose or they cannot, but it's because the way they play, they dominate. Man City is really, really struggling. You understand? And if you watch Liverpool throughout this season, you see Liverpool has been brilliant. You understand? They are always in the game. They control most of the game. In fact, the one they drop a point against Newcastle, they should have won as well. You understand? And when you then look at Chelsea, Chelsea is exactly in the spot we were 2 years ago. Not so much is expected from them, but they are
So
overachieving.
no pressure. They
So
just
they
keep
are
on
going
going.
under the radar and they are playing well. So personally, I'm just taking it a game at a time. Let's see where we are. Let's see how things flow, by March before I'll start thinking about. Of course, see, if you want to rely, and that's the trouble with, we modern day fans and all of that. If you want to rely the entire season on us winning the league or not winning the league and everything, and that's why people like we drew yesterday, we didn't lose, but the reaction I've seen from a lot of people is just filled with negativity and see.
Now, I feel it is because of the circumstances surrounding the draw. See, the truth of the matter is, Liverpool have not kicked the ball this weekend, and we are going to claw back 4 points, at least get to 4 points behind Liverpool, and the pressure is going to crank up. We know that for sure. This is still December. So when it gets to a point where you have just watched your rivals play and win, and then it's your turn to play, what now happens? I feel it's just that little bit of pressure of we are coming close to Liverpool. I might be wrong about this. Secondly, I don't want to start going. You said something about Man City, how they dominate and stuff. It just made me to think about something right now. I feel like Mikel was looking at Manchester City's business while doing our own business, because maybe he's saying, "Oh, we are only going after Manchester City here, and if Manchester City has done this is what we need to do to match them." And nobody saw Liverpool coming like this, or nobody expected Chelsea to be where they are, because I don't see any reason why. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Emil Smith-Rowe has left the club. We signed Merino, who cannot get into our starting 11. We have been clamoring that we need a striker. You go out there and you get to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, we know Mikel Arteta too has no confidence whatever ever wanting to play Sterling. So getting Sterling to this club is just to make the fans feel like, okay, we are doing something. We know Mikel Arteta, if he has the chance, he's going to play 11 players from game 1 to game 38. What kind of team goes into from a title challenge a previous season, and then you now go to signing Raheem Sterling, letting Emil Smith-Rowe go for Merino? When our club make a marquee signing, like when we go, let's say for instance, we go now to Barcelona and say, Marc Casado, this boy is promising, sign him. When we signed Kai Havertz from Chelsea, I'm telling you now, Chelsea fans were like, oh, well done, thank you, take him and go. The best signing for me under Mikel Arteta in this era, you might stray between Gabriel Magalhaes and Martin Odegaard. But when
he signed Magalhaes,
no, he signed Magalhaes is Arteta signing. Is Mikel Arteta. When we signed Odegaard was Real Madrid reject. We have come of that age where you go to Sporting, Jokeres, we need you, pay the money and get him.
Just like we did
Rice. Thank you. Rice is the kind of player you need 2-3 of those kind of players. We couldn't get across the line with Rice, and then you think going to sign Selling is going on loan will be the. Anyways, we've just moved off tangent. Let's talk about the goals.
No, I think before we leave that, I think you're absolutely right, and that's the point we've raised right from the beginning of this. It's just that personally, I don't want to keep flogging on that, because the deal is done, and we know this is Arsenal. We're not going to do nothing in January, and I feel at the end of the season, those are valid questions Mikel Arteta needs to give a response to, in one way or the other. Particularly, let's see where we finish at the end of the season, because we'll be going into another summer. What is going to shape, what's going to shape their attitude at what players are they going to buy? Because let's be honest, even last season and all, when I feel in the last 2 seasons this team had performed at their best. Do you understand? And even at their best, it was not good
We're not good
You
enough
understand?
to get across the line.
Title. That is if the goal is to win title. Again, I keep saying this thing. And
So what's the goal?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe their goal is not primarily to win the title just yet. You understand? Because if the goal is to win the title, I would have expected us to do a bit more offensively, from the midfield and all of that. So again, I totally agree with you, but there's very little they can do about that now. So we've got to use what we've got at the minute. You understand? So
sorry to cut you. You can argue if you get 10 Arsenal fans in this room, 5 of them will tell you that Calafiori fares. We need a signing like Calafiori, but was it necessary?
That's not priority.
It wasn't priority. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the goals on Sunday. We saw a lot of people were giving Kivior stick, and I put my hand up and I say yes. I always say Kivior is a man. He might be, I don't know, as a defender, I don't know what do you think is Kivior's, what are his strengths? I can't think of anything that is Kivior's strength. This is not me. I love the man, Jakub Kivior. He plays to the best of his ability, but maybe Arsenal is a ladder too high for him. Kivior always looks like he's nervy. There's something about, even when we are playing, we are playing Fulham, bro.
Even yesterday,
against
there's some chances, in the later part of the game that when they were you were a bit shaky for him also, because it looked it's not entire. It's normal at times. Gabriel went through that phase a bit too at some point in the beginning of his Arsenal career. The problem is just that there's a sharp drop in quality when we miss one key signing.
One key player from Mikel's 11. That's the problem. Like, so, if those 11 players are not starting, it seems like these guys are not like they're meeting themselves for the first time.
It's just like if Bukayo Saka goes out for whatever reason, and
we will struggle.
There's that struggle.
And whose problem? Whose problem do you think that is?
Of course, it's the manager.
It's the
manager. Of course, he will agree completely that.
Then why don't you want to address these issues? I'm just thinking. Sometimes I'll lie on my bed. I think, what if Saka goes injured for a couple of weeks? What happens? And then I'm looking at the other teams we are battling. Let me just use Chelsea. Chelsea on the right side. If they don't play Jadon Sancho, there's a João Felix that wants to play.
Chelsea and
Liverpool.
See, before
I'm thinking there's someone else after João Felix.
Before
on the left side, Noni Madueke, we all know.
The only problem Chelsea has is goalkeeper and defender. And I used to say something that, see, attack is the best form of defense. If your midfielder and your attack is good and they are scoring, you win most games. Sure, you understand? I was telling you this at the beginning of this when we had this argument about our squad and Liverpool squad. I don't know if you still remember that people were underrating that Liverpool squad. You were saying their midfield and all of that. See, if you look at all these teams compared to us, by the time you take away that our first 11,
we are done. We are cooked. We are cooked.
Everything look uncertain, and there's a lot of doubt around them, and that's why Mikel could not start. Etani Nwaneri is a young boy. He's got prospect, but is he ready to face the storm? You understand? Of trying to win the Premier League. For me, honestly, I don't know. That's my own.
And
me, I don't put mine. Say I have to win the league, and so it makes me enjoy.
Salama, no, okay, maybe for you. Well, and let's talk our. No, sorry, let's move on. No vex. We're saying that game. Obviously, we lost 2-1. In case you guys have not seen that game.
Which game?
The Fulham game.
We lost.
We drew 1-1. In my head, we lost 2-1. I don't. we drew. We drew 1-1. That was a brilliant goal by Raul Jimenez, and then we equalized another set piece, William Saliba. Now, we're just discussing the Fulham goal. I think from where Kivior was standing, his positioning was wrong. his major problem is his spatial awareness. He lacks that. He doesn't know where he's standing on the pitch. There are certain defenders that might be asking too much of him. As that ball was going past him, a lot of defenders will slide. They will intercept that ball one way. It might be a push too much. One of my guys on Twitter said, Kivio he looks like a rabbit in front of the headlights. Like, that is, he can't move. Where am I? What am I doing here? How? I'm not putting everything on Kivio. It was a team defeat.
Yeah.
But looking at that squad, why can't Kieran Tierney? How bad has Kieran Tierney become that Tierney cannot mount our left back?
Well, again, I've said it before. There's no plan for Tierney to be in that squad to start with. Tierney is only in that squad because he had injuries in the Euros.
If you want to sell a player, won't you
well,
put him out there to get some money for him?
So there are
I don't know how Mikel Arteta's man management sometimes is.
See, again, Tierney has not kicked the ball since the Euros. We have to put that in place. You have to put that in perspective again. Honestly, I said this in my group chat that based on what he has available, that's what he was going to use. Now we can then ask a question that why is that what he has available? That's a different question. And in fairness to Mikel Arteta, you can blame him on midfield, number of players we have in the midfield, number of players we have in forward, and how effective they are. But we really cannot blame him about the number of players we have in defense. If there's any way he is strengthening, is at the back. Now we have Tomiyasu completely out, and nobody even knows what's wrong with Tomiyasu for how many number of months. White had his surgery. I believe it was long overdue. You understand? Now the question is Zinchenko. Zinchenko has only come back to play one game, and what happened? What happened to Zinchenko?
Injuries are part of the game.
Again, what's wrong with Gabriel? How serious is the injury he's carrying? Calafiori has been in and out for the last.
They say that one after 3 games he wants to buff up. So because they close when Carey come from Italy, too much.
So
he go play 3 games.
So
he won't go.
Defense, to be honest, you understand. I would have. I don't know if using Skelly yesterday would have been right. I don't. But personally, I don't have too much problem, to be honest, with the selection. But again, these are. Do
you recognize that Yoren Timber is a centre back?
I think he plays right back and right centre back. Yeah. But
I'm just looking at the pairing of Yoren Timber and William Saliba, centre back pairing. Yeah. I'm not making all that.
Those are the things again that Arteta will have to ruminate over in the coming weeks. But again, if he uses Timber and Saliba, then he has to play Kiwi as left back. So there's still a chance if Kiwi is still going to make
play him there, play him left back, play him left back. Play him there.
I don't know. It's just, of course, it's understanding.
Or bring in Louis Kelly, or you bring in Tierney to play football. We have seen, if you know, Arsenal fans, we've seen Tierney, 2019 Tierney, 2020 Tierney. That guy was. Let me not start speaking too much. Let's talk about our goal. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Kai Havertz gave Saliba an assist for the goal." Are you in that school of thought?
Well, it's an assist. Officially, it's an assist.
Kai Havertz. That is Havertz. Kai Havertz missed a sitter. For the ones that strikers just come in and
That's not what they're saying.
And then people are telling me,
but officially, it's an assist.
Bro. Like, as here's Kai Havertz gave who assist. If, for instance, it wasn't Saliba there at that time, the Fulham defender is clearing the ball. How are you? I thought one of his strengths was he had aerial ability. How can you be running in a striker? You're running in, the ball is coming towards you. You're heading the ball back to where the ball is coming from.
Well, again, we're not going to change anything. We already know Kai Havertz's strength, and goal scoring is not particularly one of those.
Oh my!
We also have another striker that has not scored since January.
Let's not even talk about Gabriel Jesus.
So again, those are the things that the manager has to take responsibility for, because he's the one that recruited these players, and is the one giving them
instructions. Yeah,
you understand. So those I completely agree. Now he has chances to strengthen. I don't know what the finances are. I don't know what the issue, but again, nobody is going to convince me. If we're buying, and that's why some of us were a bit against the fee for Rice at the time. So if you're going to tell me that you bought Rice for 100 million, which is beautiful, and I think Rice has done well, even if I don't agree with that price tag. But it's only going to be foolish for us to spend 100 million on Declan Rice, 110 million, I think, and 65 million on Kai Havertz, and then take a pause. That's not how this thing works.
Yeah, it doesn't work now.
You
It doesn't
understand? That's
work.
not how this thing works. We need to continue to strengthen.
Fire
You
brigade.
understand? That
Fire
is-
brigade.
that
Keep
is
on
if
going.
we want to win it, because before Man City rested, before they rested,
There was a time
they-
we felt that
you
Man City were
understand?
signing players every two
You
months.
understand? They made sure that they had enough
Every
players.
player,
And now
everybody.
they are
Today
only
you
doing-
hear this some left back
Yes,
to come
now.
spend 6 months.
Now they are
Out.
only recruiting replacement and things like that. You understand? So but before they got to that level, you understand, they already, and now in the next 2-3 seasons, Man City is going to go rampage again, because there are a lot of players that need overhauling and all of that. So I feel we were in the process of building something very solid. I thought last summer we needed another marquee in the offensive area, but
It is what it is. 1-1 against Fulham. Chelsea have only gone and done their business. Monaco will come to the Emirates on Wednesday in the Champions League. I think in the Champions League we can smile a bit. We might qualify top 8.
Well,
as it were.
the Champions League again, it's not done and dusted yet.
I think we beat Monaco. We have another home game against, is it Girona or something?
Girona is away. That's our last game.
Is Girona our last game? But
Yes,
there's another
we have
game,
another home game.
another home
in
game.
January.
Yeah, we shouldn't
Now,
be too bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you look at our points, there are a lot of guys, in the.
No. I think we'll qualify. I think.
I feel we'll qualify, but are we going to qualify straight? That's what I'm
No.
saying.
I mean
You
straight
understand? Yeah,
qualification,
so, but
because
I
we can
think
win these last 3 games.
Yeah, then we have to win.
We watched.
So it's-
I watched Girona against Real Madrid
No,
on the weekend.
of course,
They are-
Girona are not-
They've dropped.
Yeah.
They sold a couple
But
of their
again,
players, and
again, it's Champions League. Anything can happen. So I still feel we still need to do the job. I'm not
Come on.
overlooking anything in that Champions League.
so we remain 6 points now behind Liverpool, who have 1 game in hand now. I like the fact of this game in hand. Depending on when it comes, it might be good for them, it might be bad. So we never know. A game in hand,
They're
we
still
always know.
comfortable.
Yeah, 6 points. Going into the new year, if it remains like this, I think we'll just quietly count ourselves out of this title charge and focus on something else. I'm telling you now, let's just focus on the Champions League or focus on an FA Cup. If Mikel Arteta doesn't win anything this season, it will be a proper questions will have to be asked. I'm not even joking. We have to now. There has to be an inquest.
Yeah.
We need to ask serious questions about this guy.
Well,
Sometimes I think it's a bit fraudulent what this guy does. I love Mikel. I love what he does for this club. But certain decisions like this summer, I would never understand why we sold Emil Smith-Rowe. Yeah. It still boils down to this fact that he trusts only a very fair few. Why won't you play Emil Smith-Rowe? That gap between Ethan Nwaneri and Emil Smith-Rowe, I'm sorry, we'll still play Emil Smith-Rowe ahead of Ethan Nwaneri now. So if you're selling Emil Smith-Rowe without bringing in a proper replacement, what is the idea? Merino is not the kind of Emil Smith-Rowe player. If my man Odegaard, when Odegaard was injured, if we had Emil Smith-Rowe, Emil Smith-Rowe in form will help us he will stand in to an extent.
Well, the problem is not the player. To be honest, the problem is not the player he let out. Is a player he brought in, or a quality of players he brought in over the summer, particularly in offensive areas. Emil Smith-Rowe was injury prone. Arteta gave him all the opportunity he needed. I don't think anybody bothers about Emil Smith-Rowe. We wish him the best. You understand? Same with Reece Nelson. But the question is, if you are going to challenge, you needed an upgrade. In fact, Martinelli needs an upgrade. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? So we still have people in our first 11 that, in my own opinion, still needs an upgrade. Partey, for me, needs an upgrade. Partey is doing well for us this season, but as good as Partey has been for us this season, it's not the same Partey couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Coupled with the fact that Baba don't get injury troubles and all of that. But I'm looking at, if we are serious next season, these are positions where
Do you know how many six players that can play that position that are Barcelona right now? Like top. When I say top players.
yes now. So
If we are a big club, we'll go to Barcelona, drop money, say we want this player. The player wants to come, let them come.
you understand?
That is when you know you're a big club.
So you understand. So look at Jesus, for instance. You understand. So and again, last season when they gave Tomiyasu, a new contract, my question was, see, this player has recurrent injury. See, I know you can want to stick with players and all of that, but at the end of the day, and that's why I keep saying, if you really want, because these people when they win league, they are very harsh, in making certain decisions.
Yeah.
And you see it's for the progress of the club. Look at the situation of Mo Salah, blah blah blah. Talk. They are looking before they make their decision. And I've always loved the way Liverpool does their transfer business. That's none of my idea, but I've always loved the way they do their business. The thing is, see, we have to improve the quality of and at times the fact that you are even buying this player, I have to be honest, does not mean you are guaranteeing things, because what you can guarantee is to challenge, not to win, because the way the league goes at times, it's not dependent on you alone, but you have to make that effort, that at least for ordinary people like me to understand. I give Ateta kudos because last season we were all critical about the signings he made and all of that. But at the end of the day, they eventually gelled and they played well. Unfortunately, they still couldn't win the league. So that was why I was thinking he should have, complimented on that. But it's Arsenal.
Man.
If you want to enjoy Arsenal, just calm down. Don't think.
No, I can't be watching Arsenal without going forward.
We have not won the league in 2 decades already. You understand? If you come out 20 years for our own generation age, we know how many will remain. Sure, you understand? So see, let's just otherwise again, it will be all bitterness. You understand? And you won't enjoy. I had me personally. I enjoy going to games and all of that, but I've enjoyed the season in the last 2 years. If you engage alone, you understand, as a fan on just the league is difficult to win. And I sincerely, if we are going to be sincere with ourselves, we don't look like, if you look at the first 4-5 things, we don't look like the best with respect to squad and pattern of play to win the thing.
Exactly. Then why does Mikel think like, I am Mikel? You've not won anything, bro. Yeah. So go to the market, spend money, and try to be like your boss. Guardiola in one interview, before we go, Guardiola said, "Oh look, I can't remember what they asked him. He said, that he likes his mom, he likes his dad, but he's not going to sign his mom or his dad to play for him. That you have to sign the best. My man is signing Haaland of this world. Like he will go in, get the Lewandowskis, he will get the bro. This man is not joking. He will go out there and sign, make marquee signings."
So all eyes on Mikel. Let's see what happens in January. I don't think anything will happen anyway. But let's see what happens in January, and more importantly, let's see what happens.
Before we go, sorry to cut you short. The prediction for the game against Monaco?
Monaco hopefully will win that 2-0.
2-0 at home, Champions League nights. Hopefully, I don't know. You'll be there under the lights.
Yeah.
Might be there, not too sure. And then against Everton again. That should be another.
Against Everton now, no excuse, no nothing. You have to win that and put the pressure back
on.
And the next game after that is even another difficult away London derby at Crystal Palace.
So, man.
So
crazy.
Let's see how we do, because that's what will determine. And before I leave, shout out to Chelsea, because Maresca has come, organized the team.
Yeah.
The offensive players are giving.
Give us one of their headaches
and all of that. They are running, and they're in a very good position. Just going gingerly like that. Nobody's making noise, but they'll have their own pressure next season as well.
Guys, I beg you, do the things.
As in Arne Slot.
Now we'll talk about that another time.
Lucky guy.
But yeah, we have to run, so we beg you, do those things we normally like. Subscribe for good measure. Leave us a like, comment. Tell us where to go, what to say, what you want to see from us. We'll continue to do our stuff. We love football. We want to talk football and have a good time, man. Nothing more. And if you want to get on, send us a message. We will get you wherever you are. We will send you our private jet to come pick you up and land you here where we are. If you want to know where we are, send us a message again. Thank you very much, guys. And it's been nice. I feel relieved now. I feel a bit better after venting. Yeah, I don't vent. I feel good. Salam. Any final words before we go?
Well, come on, you Gunners. Let's do better. Let's keep pushing and let's see where we are.
Come on, you Gunners.